We're tuning in on a high-profile case versus the believers versus Jesus Christ. I think that's Miss Davis coming in right now. Come on, let's go ask her some questions. Hey, Miss Davis, with all these far-fetched beliefs that Jesus died and rose from the dead 3 days later, how do you think he was with this case?
I'm regularly working for a blood firm. We've never lost a case. We don't play on this day.
I believe that. News. Mr. Guys, the defense seems to have a clear-cut case, thinking that they can prove that Jesus actually died and rose from the dead just 3 days later.
Well, you know that sometimes crazy get a mind of his own and even grow legs and start to walk. I'm here today just to cut him from his ankles. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? Y'all like that, don't you? But if they believe he rose from the dead, once I kill this, let's see how long it takes him to rise.
You heard it here first. This is Diane Chapman with your 12 o'clock news. People believe that Jesus died and rose from the dead in 3 days. But where's the proof?
Will the court please rise? The 102nd District Court of Roman Empire is now in session. The Honorable Cletus Marcello presiding.
Reminding the court that we are here to determine whether or not Jesus of Nazareth rose from the dead as claimed. We will hear testimony of the affirmed case as it will be presented by Ms. Connie Davis on my right. In the testimony of negative case as it will be presented by Mr. Antonio Guy on my left. Please be advised, if I have to order my bailiff to escort, expedite, or remove anyone from my court, he will not be by himself. Don't let the black suit fool you. With that being said, are both parties ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor.
Bailiff, you may swear in the jury.
Will the jury please rise? Do you, the members of the jury, solemnly swear to render a faithful hearing to the testimony to be presented to this court, and do you promise to render a fair and just verdict according to the testimony and evidence? If so, let it be known by saying we do. You may proceed.
We will now hear the opening remarks of the attorneys. I will remind you that your remarks will be brief and to the point, stating to the court the intent of the case. We shall begin with Mr. Davis, representing the affirmative case. Ms. Davis?
Thank you, Your Honor. I shall prove that Jesus of Nazareth, who by me should be the Messiah, rose from the dead on Easter, 3 days after his death, and that this is even an authentic fact documented by eyewitness account. Thank you.
Mr. Guys.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I must say, Your Honor, hey, you been working out, man? You know, I ain't seen you since we locked up Barabbas.
Okay.
But I'm here to prove, without a shadow of a doubt, that Jesus of Nazareth resurrection is nothing more but a hoax. It's just a fabrication of their imagination. See how I did that right there?
We shall now proceed to the testimony of the witness. Ms. Davis, We shall begin with you.
Your Honor, I call Mary Magdalene to the stand.
State your name.
Mary Magdalene.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Madeline. Good morning. Would you tell the court what happened to you the morning of Easter?
I went to the tomb where Jesus' body was buried and tested 5 to 12 hours. When I arrived, I discovered that the stone that was covering Jesus' body rolled away and Jesus' body was gone. We were quite upset because we were afraid of the Romans had taken his body. Then an angel appeared to me and said that Jesus was alive. And then we stood his grave and we saw Jesus himself.
And did he speak to you?
Yes. He said, Mary, don't be afraid. Go and tell the disciples that I'm alive and that you see me yourself and that I will meet you in Galilee.
So, you actually saw and read Jesus on yesterday's discourse? No more questions, Your Honor.
Mr. God, do you wish to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. Miss Magdalene. Miss Magdalene. I must say, you are a beautiful woman. Must have to be Jesus. But did you ever have an encounter with Jesus before you stated that that's the morning of Easter?
Yes, indeed.
Could you tell the court about this encounter?
Well, several months ago, my life was changed by Jesus. You see, up until that time, my whole life had been unstable. I had lost all control of myself. I was brought to Jesus and he restored my health to me.
You said your life was unstable. You said you couldn't control it. Boy, why do people's always crazy? I mean, do you think you have a mental illness?
Yes.
But now you claim that you're cured from this illness, right?
Yes.
And Jesus did that.
Yes.
So, we can assume that you have a vested interest in this man, and that you will probably believe anything that this
Your
man...
Honor, this calls for a conclusion as part of the witness.
Sustained. Restraint the question.
Okay, I will. Miss Magdalene, and that is Miss without the R. Just rubber feet, bro. Without feet. Miss Magdalene, did you ever hear Jesus promise that he would rise from the dead?
I did.
And did you believe that promise?
Yes.
I mean, what else could you believe? What? This Negro walk on water?
Yes.
Okay. One final question. Do you believe that Jesus, a no-name carpenter, born in the manger, born from dirt, you believe that he is the Son of God?
Absolutely.
I ain't got no more questions.
The witness is dismissed. You may call your next witness.
Your Honor, I call Simon Peter to the stand.
Simon Peter, to the stand, please.
Right hand. State your name, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Good morning, Simon.
Good morning, ma'am.
Would you tell the court what happened to you on Easter?
Well, I got up early that morning and went down to the doctor's. I looked on my good. I was depressed and thought just a little bit of fresh air would do me some good. Suddenly, all of a sudden, I saw Mary Magdalene coming running. You know, I thought she was disturbed. I was asking, what's going on? What's going on? And she told me, she said, they have stolen our master's body. I said it wouldn't hurt to go see for myself, to make sure, that none of this was going on. So I started to think about it. I kind of got excited, to be honest with you. I started to run. As I arrived at the dock, it's true, the stone had been rolled away. And Jesus' body was gone. At first I was upset and angry, thinking that the Romans had came and took the body. And then I remembered, Mary Magdalene had reminded us that Jesus said he would return.
Okay. And did you go to Galilee?
As fast as these old crusty feet could take me.
Well, that's understandable. And what happened there?
But we were all at Andrew's house. After several hours of waiting and wondering, suddenly Jesus appeared.
He appeared. Okay. And did he speak to you?
Yes, he told us to go out and preach his gospel.
Okay. So you too actually saw and heard Jesus. Is this correct?
Yes, he was right there in my face.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Mr. God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Peter, I can't help but to hear you said that when you first saw the tomb being moved, your first reaction was to be upset.
That's correct.
It's been presented to me that this ain't the only trial you're on right now. It seems like you're on trial for cutting a pre-service ear off.
Point of information.
I'm just trying to present the character of your witness. But I'll refrain. Simon, Peter, can you tell the court what you do for a living?
Presently, I'm unemployed at the moment. I was a fisherman for 23 years ago.
And were you fired from this occupation?
I work for myself. See, I was told as a child that I'm worth $5 to another man, but I'm worth 10 to myself.
That's interesting. So why would you give up this line of work, man?
Well, about 3 years ago, Jesus came down to the docks and asked me to follow him.
So you telling me that Simon Peter, a professional man, will just give up everything to follow a total stranger? So we can assume as well that you too have vested interest in this man, in the fact that you gave up everything. You gave up your job, you gave up your family. He kind of let you down now, didn't he?
No, I told you he rose from the dead.
The witness will confine themselves to answering the questions of the counsel. Hey, Peter, chill out. Chill out, everybody. But it is understandable that you would want to believe that this man rose from the dead, because if he did rise from the dead, that would make him a liar, and it would make you.
The counsel is again called to conclusion as part of the minute.
Sustained. Peter, did you ever hear Jesus promise that he would rise from the dead?
Yes.
And did you believe that promise?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Peter, do you believe that Jesus is the Son of God?
Yes, he is the Son of God.
Have you always felt that way?
Yes, I've always.
Are you sure?
Yes, he is the Son of God.
But isn't it not true that in the fact of the day of the crucifixion, you denied even knowing this man, not once, not twice, but 3 times? Get up!
I was sorry for what I said.
So you feel guilty? I know. It's understandable. Sometimes we say stuff that we will later regret, especially about a person, especially when they die. We wish we could take it back. We wish that person was alive, just so we can look them in the face and apologize for our guilt.
Your Honor, this line of question is totally irrelevant.
Mr. God, yes, sir. Would you like to explain to the court your intent with such questioning? Well, Your Honor, I'm done answering questions with this so-called disciple.
Get off my face!
You are dismissed. may call your next witness, Miss Davis.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Nathaniel Thomas.
Thank you for the
Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Mr. Thomas, would you talk about what happened to you after the death of Jesus on the cross?
Well, after the crucifixion, I had got a little discouraged, and I had been following Jesus for some years. I really thought he was the Messiah, but after the crucifixion, I thought it was a hoax, so I went to try to find me a job.
What happened to you 10 days later?
Well, a few of the disciples had come to me and they had told me that they had seen Jesus, and I had doubted. I said, man, for me to believe, I got to stick my finger in the holes in the hand. They kept on trying to convince me, so finally I didn't go get it, so I strolled down to Galilee with it.
So you did go to Galilee?
Yeah, you been chilling at Andrew when I was in one year, he just appeared. I don't know.
And what happened then?
And he stretched his hand out, put my hand inside his hand. I seen the nail piercing in his hand.
So you actually touched Jesus 10 days after he died, is this correct?
I touched him, I found it in the holy room.
And did he say anything?
And he said, Thomas, you believe that you have seen, but blessed is the one who believes who has not seen.
Okay, so your testimony is that you saw Jesus with your own eyes, you heard Jesus with your own ears, and you touched him 10 days after he died. Is that correct?
I seen him, talked to him, and I touched him.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. God, do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Thomas. You said something that intrigued me, made me relate to. You said that you had to see it to believe.
That's what I said.
Have you ever seen Joseph, Jesus' father?
Yeah, I seen him.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen the face of God?
No, I haven't seen him. But I felt his presence when I seen his word.
So even though you haven't seen the face of God, you believe. So do you believe that Jesus is the Son of God?
Yes, I do.
No further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. You are excused. Ms. Davis, do you have any other witness?
No, Your Honor. The believers rest.
Mr. God, are you prepared to call your first witness?
Yes, I would like to call my first witness, Dr. Stephen Lucas.
Dr. Stephen Lucas to stand.
Will you raise your right hand and state your name, please?
Dr. Stephen Lucas.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Mr. God, you may examine your witness.
Dr. Lucas. How you doing, brother? Pretty good. First of all, can we get a hand for a black doctor? Could you tell the court what you do for a living?
Yes, I'm a medical doctor for the Roman army.
And how long have you been in this medical field?
About 12 years now.
Okay. And in your 12 years, have you had the chance to examine dead bodies?
Of course. Had patients who died. Also pronounced them dead as a part of our rules.
Okay. Dr. Lucas, looking at my notes, did you have a chance to examine the body of Jesus before the crucifixion?
examination. Well, it was about 6 p.m., and I was told that the Sabbath of the Jews was closed, so it was very important that the dead be buried before sunset. The order was then given to the centurion to break the legs of the prisoners. But when he got to Jesus, Jesus was already dead, or at least to me. The centurion then proceeded to pierce the side of Jesus. They say water and blood gushed out, but Jesus didn't cry out when they was taking him from the cross. He had no pulse, but his body was badly beaten. But to my surprise, there were no broken bones, but Jesus was in fact dead.
So, what happened to the body?
It was given to Joseph of Arimathea. The followers of Jesus did prepare the body for burial, and they placed him in the tomb.
Okay, so Dr. Lucas, it is your testimony that Jesus was dead.
Yes.
He was then buried and wrapped in traditional burial cloth.
Yes. Jesus was dead.
Okay, is it possible that you're mistaken about this?
No, absolutely not.
In your 12 years of being in the medical field examining dead bodies, have you ever had one of them bodies raise up, give you a handshake from the dead? Okay. I have no more questions.
Miss Bailey, do you have any questions for this witness?
I do. Dr. Lucas, you are under oath, correct?
Yes.
Are you married?
Answer the question, Dr. Lucas.
She looks a lot like you, by the way.
Dr. Lucas, you testified that Jesus was dead, correct?
Yes.
Is it true that you were in Bethany when Lazarus was risen from the dead?
Yes, I was in Bethany when Lazarus was resurrected.
Is it true, very loudly, that you were in Bethany when Lazarus was risen from the dead?
Objection, Your Honor. This has nothing to do with Jesus.
Okay.
Continue.
Jesus raised Lazarus. My question is upon the foundation that Jesus is able to heal the sick and raise the dead because he is the Messiah. And because he is the Messiah, the Son of God, he himself has risen from the dead. Dr. Lucas, you may answer the question.
Again, yes, I was in Bethany when Lazarus was resurrected.
But didn't you pronounce Lazarus dead?
Yes, I did.
And Dr. Lucas, where is Lazarus?
Actually, he's alive. Jesus arose him from his slumber, and I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, Jesus called him, and he came out of the tomb still wrapped in his grave clothes, but he was in fact dead.
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Mr. God, like I did. You pronounced him dead, and 3 days later, this Lazarus guy came forth.
So is it possible, like Lazarus, that Jesus was risen from the dead?
But Jesus rose Lazarus, so who rose him? If Jesus truly rose from the dead, then that means that he is the Son of God. Lord have mercy, you crucified this man. He is the Son of God.
Objection, Your Honor.
Mr. God, that's enough. You can't object to your own witness. Miss Bailey, is there any other question?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. God,
Yes, Your Honor. I have nothing else for this so-called doctor. Anybody else? Listen,
Marcus.
Dr. Lucas,
Yes.
you may be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Captain Justice Marcus.
Will you raise your right hand and state your name, please?
Captain Justice Marcus.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated.
Mr. God, if you calm down, you may examine the witness, sir.
I'm sorry, I had the wrong night.
Anyway, proceed.
Captain Marcus, could you tell, whatever that is, can you tell what you do for a living, dog?
I am a soldier in the Roman army.
Okay. And how long have you been a soldier?
I have been a soldier for 12 years.
Okay. Would you tell the court where you were the evening of Easter, before Easter?
Yeah, I was posted up with my troops outside of the tomb of Jesus of Nazareth.
So let me get this straight. Why would a captain and troops be guarding the tomb of a no-name carpenter?
Because my orders came from Pontius Pilate, and I never questioned my superiors.
Okay, but have you heard anything on the reason why the tomb may need to be guarded?
Well, I was warned that the disciples of Jesus may try to come and steal the body.
They may come and steal the body. Captain, how many men was assigned to guard the tomb?
4 at a time. But we rotated. The first 4 men watched the tomb from sunset on Friday until night, then dawn Saturday morning. And then another shift until sunset and another from sunset to dawn. The men under my command held impeccable record, and they are the best in the Legion.
Your Honor, I would like to show you this.
I object. I have not seen this evidence.
Mr. God, you may bring it to my baby, please.
All right, I want to present to you Exhibit 2, which is the records of Captain Marcus and the 8 men who had rotated shifts on that journey. And I must say, Captain, your regimen and records are impeccable.
Thank you.
But I do feel like it's necessary to ask, did something happen during y'all's guard? Did maybe one of the troops fall asleep?
Well, we took turns sleeping. If one man dozed off, but for hours, another one was awake. I don't believe we were asleep. I don't know who was. I was not there at the time. I assure you my men were, and before I left them to check another regiment, the body was still there. But no one could have moved the stone. The stone was too heavy for anyone to move. And my men were stationed right in front of the tomb.
So, before you go, Captain Marcus, did you tell the court how the tomb and the body was secured?
The body was prepared and sealed the tomb with a stone.
Yes. So, could one man move the stone?
I mean, no.
So, what do you think is possible that somebody would have taken it or taken it?
There's no way that one man could have moved this stone. No way.
So did any of your troops, did they open the tomb for anybody?
No. When we sealed the tomb, we stood guard all night long, and there was no visitors that came.
Your Honor, I have no more questions. Thank you, Captain Marcus.
Captain Marcus, you testified that someone could have stolen the body while you were sleeping. Is this correct?
That is correct.
A lot of things are possible. Is that correct? Is it possible that you could have jumped off the temple in Jerusalem?
This is ridiculous.
It's fine. Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, like the counselor, do you have any surprise evidence that you can give the court that somebody, someone, anybody took the body while you were sleeping?
No.
Okay, let's slow down a little bit. You said you were at the crucifixion. Is this correct?
Yes, I was the one instructed to pierce him in the side to ensure that he was dead. I have been a soldier for almost 12 years, and I've never seen anything like that. I was there.
So you were also at the burial, for the burial of the tomb. Is that correct?
Yes, I was the captain, and I had to make sure that all of Pontius Pilate's orders were done. I made sure that the stone was secure and the body was in place.
Okay, so you supervised. How many men did it take to roll the stone away? 1, 2?
Oh, there were 4 of us, and I had to assist too, because the stone was 6 foot tall and 5 foot wide. So no one could have moved that stone, not by themselves.
So did you use any type of instruments to move the stone?
Yes, we used chains and boards to move the stone.
Okay, so where were your men assigned to sit or stand after the stone was secured?
We had men on each side, a man in the front, and a man sitting on top. The stone was about 5 feet tall.
5 feet. That's not even as tall as you are, is it?
No.
Okay, is it possible that while your men were sleeping that Jesus rose from the dead and rolled the stone away?
How? One man could not move that stone.
Well, did anyone visit the tomb?
Objection, Your Honor. Sustained.
No, it was Sabbath. But on Sunday morning, some women came, but the stone was already rolled away, and he was gone.
So, women came. So, were your men, were they assaulted, assaulted?
Objection.
No!
Well, isn't it true that you said you heard Jesus speaking to one of the prisoners and that you saw the earth darken and the ground shook when Jesus died?
Objection, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. Sustained.
Yes, I have never seen anything like it before in my life. He said, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. And I don't even know who he was talking
Well,
to.
is it possible that his father rose him from the dead and rolled the stone away?
Well, how does a man raise himself? I mean, he would have to be God. If he's the Son of God, yeah, I guess it's possible.
I guess it's possible. Did you see any footprints around the tomb?
Objection, Your
Or
Honor.
was there any other evidence that anyone besides your men was present?
Objection!
Is there any evidence that the stone was broken?
Objection!
No. The only evidence was the stone was rolled away and Jesus was gone and his burial clothes were left behind in the tomb.
This is ridiculous, Your Honor. Be quiet, Mr. God.
Your Honor.
Isn't he your witness?
Your Honor.
I would like to hear what he has to say. Go on, Captain Marco.
Your Honor.
Tell us about your encounter with Jesus.
I feel compelled to say that there was something different about this man. Even when we were beating him, he did not cry out. We pierced his nails through his hand. He did not even curse us. I gave him vinegar when he asked for water. He asked his Father to forgive me, even me. I heard he was the Messiah. He was the King of the Jews. Your Honor, this is no ordinary man.
Objection, Your Honor. One more outburst, and I'm going to have my bells and put hands on it.
This man had power that I've never seen before. I can't explain it. I just feel it. I am here to testify that we believe what we may believe have happened to his body. But I know that, but in my heart, something has changed. Even in me, since I have encountered this Jesus. I believe that he rose. I believe that he rose from the dead, just like he said he would. I
dead and that he is the Son of God?
Yes, Your Honor. He is risen. He's alive. He's the risen. He's our Savior. He is risen. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
No one comes unto the Father except through the Son. Mr. Guys, Mr. God.
Who is that? Who is
It is me, Jesus.
I mean, who?
It is me, Jesus, the one whom you prosecute.
It can't be. I mean, why?
The one who died for you.
Why?
Yes, the one who rose again.
If it's Jesus, why would you even come to me when all I've tried to do is prove to the people that you're not who you say you are, that you didn't arise from the dead? If it is you, I'm not worthy of your presence.
Oh, Mr. God, my sacrifice made you worthy. How can I condemn what I love? You are the reason why I died and rose again. I want to give you everlasting life, my son.
What must I do to get you some everlasting life? Tell me. I'll do anything. What must I do? What must I do? Hey, Jesus! What must I do? Jesus! Answer me. What must I do?
Order in the court.
What must I do, Jesus? Jesus!
Mr. God,
Jesus!
I'm going to hold you in contempt of this court if you don't sit down and be quiet.
To the Jesus!
Hold him. Arrest this man.
What must I do? Jesus! Jesus!
Declare that I am Lord, and believe in your heart that my Father has raised me from the dead.
I declare